What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you doing? My name is there no one else? I am here today bringing you the next chapter of my Poison Lord series. This one will be covering the Stamina Warden. I'm going to preface this by stating that I have very minimal hours on a Stamina Warden. I don't even have everything leveled yet, like most people. My character isn't fully developed yet. It's like a young, nubile character, but I can already tell that this setup is very strong. It works out well. I've already had a few 1vx's in. My sustainability is good. My survivability is good. Even in medium armor, missing a heal for a good chunk of the time. There's a lot of things that work very well with the Warden, and when things get maxed out, I think this is going to be very strong. I have a heavy armor setup I already want to try with this, but this is going to be the Poison Lord version of this. As you guys know, this is going to be using 5 sheer venom, 5 more Ogtong, and then another 2-piece monster set or 2 1-pieces. The reason we're using those 2 sets is because sheer venom is poison damage. Poison injection is one of the strongest dots in the game, and definitely the strongest stamina dot in the game, and those are both buffed by 10% by more Ogtong. So the set works very well together. It's very universal. You can apply it to any stamina class. So if you're playing a Stamina Warden and you like this build, here's what I'm running on mine when I'm running this. So as I said before, we are running 5 sheer venom on the back bar. We're running 3 jewelry, 2 recovery enchants this time, 1 weapon damage, and then we're running the bow, and we're running 1 body piece. So the waist well fitted. We're also running the bow sharpened with an oblivion damage enchant, because oblivion damage is perfectly balanced. Why not? Front bar, we're running 4 body more Ogtong, and we're running the battle axe and more Ogtong with double poisons. So the double poisons are buffed by more Ogtong, your poison injections buffed by more Ogtong, and sheer venom is also buffed by more Ogtong. So we're putting a lot of pressure on people with this 5-piece set because we don't have to land a Wrecking Blow. My biggest problem with running 2H and bow setups in the past is if the character doesn't have a spammable DPS, if Wrecking Blow doesn't land, you're kind of shit out of luck, and you get wrecked, and then you just, it's very frustrating. So I'm not a huge fan of Wrecking Blow, but this allows it to where you don't have to land it in order to kill people, because you're doing so many other things. We're also running 1 Storm Fist. This can be Blood Spawn. I just had Storm Fist and well fitted. I wanted a little extra dodge roll, so threw this on. We just want the 1-piece stamina recovery and the 1-piece Kina. Now, that's the setup. As far as skills go on our back bar, on our bow bar, we're running Shuffle. We're running Bird of Prey. Now, Bird of Prey gives you minor Berserk. It also gives you movement speed, and movement speed with using a Magicka skill. So you don't always have to dodge roll to get your major expedition, which is nice. Very useful skill. Do not run this with Slime Craw. Slime Craw also gives you minor Berserk, so either run one or the other. So if you want to run Slime Craw, take Bird of Prey off, put something else on. We're running Ice Fortress. This is going to be your major ward, major resolve. This is very strong. It buffs your group or nearby allies as well. So if you're running with a DK, you tell them to take their spiked armor off. If you're running with a sword, tell them to take their bound the storm off. You can buff the group with this. It's very useful. It's very useful. And then also, this morph gives you minor protection, so it reduces your incoming damage by 8%. We're running 7 medium right now, so the 8% damage reduction is very, very valuable for us. It's a very useful skill to have on your bar. Plus, you look really cool with it. I mean, you have a freaking ice crown. How awesome is that? Poison injection. Obviously, this is going to be buffed. This is going to proc our sheer venom. This is going to be our major damage over time effect. Resolving vigor. And I'm currently running Secluded Grove on the back bar. This is the ridiculous Warden ultimate. It's super cheap. It heals you in a group. You put it in an area. You basically don't die while it's up. And it's such a cheap ultimate. I was without rally for a very long time, so this is my oh shit. I'm getting attacked. I need to protect myself a little bit, so I had a heal ulti on the back bar. I'm not using it a whole lot. Front bar, we were running Dawnbreaker Smiting. You could run the Bear. I honestly think the Bear isn't very good right now. In an open world 1vx situation, it just goes off and attacks whatever it wants. If it was designed better to attack stuff with you a little bit better, it'd be really nice, but it just doesn't do that, so I'm running Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker has its own issues. You know, it can currently be dodged, so it's a bit of an issue. Next patch, they're fixing it, so that's going to be less of an issue next patch, but it's still very good and probably the best ultimate right now for this setup. Dizzying Swing. This is going to be our single target DPS. You know, it's also our CC, knocks him down. We're going to combine it with our burst combo. Subterranean Assault. This thing hits really hard, and this is another reason why you don't need to land your Dizzying Swing. Stam Warden has amazing burst combos, and bursts are, you know, more often than not how you're going to be able to 1vx well. So I think you need Subterranean Assault in your bar. Dizzying Swing's useful. Not necessarily needed, but it's good. Rally, Critical Rush, and Reverse Slice. Now, as you can see, not everything's morphed. As I said, I don't have everything leveled yet, but here are our stats. We are running about 23,000 health in PvP, 30,000 stamina, 2,600 stamina recovery, 3,200 weapon damage. Resistances are 16,000-ish. I do not have Undaunted 9, so that's why I had to put points in the health. Once you get Undaunted 9, you can take these points out, you can put them into stamina, and then your stamina pool will look a lot bigger. Your health will be the same. You know, your stats will be a lot more sexy than they currently are, but I'm killing a lot of people with this already. Really, really enjoying the Stamina Warden, I'm not going to lie. So, CP. As far as CP goes, we have 30 in a Warlord, 50 in a Tenacity, 90 in a Mooncalf, 40 in a Tumbling. You could take some points out of Tenacity, to be honest, and put them into Tumbling. We're doing a lot more dodge rolling than we are heavy attacks, so that'd be useful. 25 in a Bless to boost our healing. This is going to look a little weird. We have 70 in a Mighty, 50 in a Precise Strike, 16 in a Piercing, and 30 in a Thaumaturge. I wanted to put points in a Thaumaturge because I wanted to buff that. We also are running around 50% crit, so I wanted to combine the burst. But you don't really need this much. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 23 Precise Strikes to get our 10% crit damage, and then we're going to pump Mastered Arms up so we're hitting even harder. So we have 10 there. There we go. So 37 to Mastered Arms is better, 9 in a Physical Weapon Expert, 16 Piercing, 70 in a Mighty, 23 Precise Strikes, 30 in a Thaumaturge. Actually, we could take a few out of here. Put 18 in a Piercing, 28 in a Thaumaturge. 24 in a Resistant to get our crit resist up a little bit higher, 45 in an Ironclad, 43 Hardy, 43 Elemental Defender, 20 in a Thick Skinned, 20 in a Quicker Recovery, 15 in Expert Defender. Yeah. So that's my current CP. You can adjust that how you see fit. Yeah. That's going to be the end of the build video. I'm gonna show a few quick combos, you know, for you guys that haven't played Stamina Warden. Most people haven't, so just what I found in general after I stopped sliding across this rock. Stamina Warden, as I said, is really good because you have so much burst. You get the major and minor, or you get the major minor berserk with a skill. You get major expedition. You get minor protection. So this allows you to hit hard and still be kind of tanky in medium. So this is what Rune Focus does. Rune Focus gives you minor protection on a Stamplar, but you have to stay in your rune or around it every 6 seconds. This just stays with you, so you can line of sight more. You still have movement speed. If you're running low on stamina, you can pop your Bird of Prey to get your major expedition. Very useful. I'm just trying to find an ad here really quick. But what we're going to do with our setup is we're going to hit with our heavy attack and poison injection. Our heavy attack will proc our Oblivion enchant. Our poison injection will then proc our Sheer Venom. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit our Subterranean Assault, and then we'll crit rush in. Could have just went to my house, I guess, but I thought I'd find something right here. Here we go. So this guy probably isn't going to have enough health, but what we're going to do is we're going to do a heavy attack, poison injection, Subterranean Assault, and we're going to crit rush in, and then basically we'll do a light attack Wrecking Blow, and by the time the Wrecking Blow goes off, our Subterranean Assault goes off, and it does a shit ton of damage. Now, Subterranean assault's kind of weird in that you have to be right. It's not where your reticle is, it's how your character's facing. And so you'll see I'll be looking over here, and the subterranean assault will go the way the character's facing. So wherever your character's head is looking at, that's how you have to look in order to land it. And it's not always the easiest thing to land, but when you get all of this combo off, you know, you do your light attack, poison injection, you proc sheer venom, you come in and you hit with a crit rush. Basically all this stuff will go off at the same time, and either you do a wrecking blow or you do a dawnbreaker. And the dawnbreaker will knock them down on the ground, so then they take the dawnbreaker dot, they take the shock dot, and then they're already getting hit with sheer venom and poison injection, and it's so much pressure on single target, and it's such good AoE damage for group play. So stamina classes aren't the best for group play in general, but Stamina Warden has its uses because they do have AoE DPS that hits really hard. You can combine it with Dawnbreaker, which also hits very hard, and it makes for a very good situation to be in when, you know, you have a Stamina Warden that's hitting with all this stuff, and then basically everybody's at low health, and then you just start reverse slicing. So very good for group play, very good for single target burst, very fast paced. I'm actually more tanky with this than I am with some other classes due to the major protection buff. I haven't even really had good healing for a while because I've been missing rally, but still in the process of leveling that. But it's been really good. Yeah. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or tips for me as a professional warden, I'm literally maybe have 6 hours in this class, but I've already gotten a few 1vx's in. I think I got all the way up to veteran. So yeah, very fun, fast-paced build. So yeah, with all that being said, thank you. Have a nice day.